Welcome back. He is a man of many talents, singer, guitarist, actor, humorist. I'm so pleased we're getting a very intimate performance today on Midday from Webb Wilder. You can see him and his band tomorrow at Webb Fest, but now we get a sneak peek with his song TCB Yodel #9.
Well, there's about 10 billion people who back me up on this. From the dirt poor post-hole digger to the rocket scientist. Hell, I bet you can't find a preacher who don't like burning love. And you band a bunch of weak sisters if they can't play Rip It Up. And if you don't think Elvis was the king, baby, I feel sorry for you. If you don't think he was #1, you're full of #2. Well, every two-bit tabloid had bad things to say. From New York City to La La Land, as in his state he lay. If you don't think he paid for his sins, try paying for a few of your own. Their serpent's tongues can't reach him now. He's at peace in his heavenly home. And if you don't think Elvis was the king, baby, I feel sorry for you. If you don't think he was #1, you're full of #2. Well, now maybe he couldn't spell pneumonia, but he did know a thing or two. Yeah, he knew how to flat out get it, and he passed it on to me and you. He kicked open the door for those who came before with a joy that has never been known. So let's drink to his name, dance on his grave, rock and roll away the stone. And if you don't think Elvis was the king, baby, I feel sorry for you. If you don't think he was #1, you're full of #2. Even though Bob Dylan knows the words to Moody Blue, if you don't think he was #1, you're full of #2. One more thing, yeah. Even those Beatles who could rock it right through the roof would probably be the first ones to admit there wasn't an Elvis in the groove. And if you don't think Elvis was the king, baby, I feel sorry for you. If you don't think he was #1, you're full of #2. If you don't think Elvis was the king, baby, I feel sorry for you. Think about it.
Now, we just heard TCB Yodel #9 from Webb Wilder. You sit down with me. Thank you so much for coming and performing for us.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. I'm so pleased.
Yeah, and you know, I was saying before, you're kind of like a Renaissance man. You've done like everything.
A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff, yeah.
Some diverse stuff, yeah.
Yeah, because you've done, obviously, movies, you've done music, and even your music, you're saying, you know, you're kind of, the genre is all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you kind of describe as just your music taste or the person that would want to come out and see you?
You know, people will leave the show going, I love the blues, or I love country, or I love rock and roll, and it's funny how in their mind it's whatever they said, but if they leave with a smile on their face, I'm happy. And the truth is, they're not wrong. All those things are in there. But and I hate labels. You know, Terry Adams, who was the great co-founder of NRBQ, came out of Louisville, Kentucky. He said, watch out for the Border Patrol, or whatever he called people who want to label music. But okay, so forced to, I'm going to say I kind of came out of the classic rock influences because they were so eclectic.
Right.
You know, the Beatles, Van Morrison, Rolling Stones, The Who, all these people, when I was at a very impressionable age, were making albums that reflected bluegrass and folk and R&B and rock and roll and, you know, rockabilly and pop. So I'm going to call it rock and roll. I think everything we do comes out rock and roll, but all those things enter into it.
Right, it's all kind of a big mixture of it. So what we just heard, the song we just heard, is that kind of the way, you know, that your music is? It's kind of got a little, you know, bebop, or is it kind of slower? What are we going to hear tonight?
Well, some of it's faster. I mean, that's kind of a country backdrop. I don't know how well I played it. You know, to sort of a humorous lyric, I'd like to think. I hope it was humorous.
Yes,
and,
well, there's smiles in here.
My old buddy Bobby Field wrote that song, and it's a playful way to jokingly chastise Elvis's detractors, if there are any. There aren't many.
There aren't many,
Yeah.
exactly.
And it came from a film. There was a film in which there were these, that we said, like you said, I did the films in which there were some people detracting from Elvis, and that was my musical reaction to him in the context of the film, but there was just a snippet of the song. And so we've never done a record of the song or anything, so for the Wilderians out there, it's a treat maybe for them to hear the whole song.
Okay,
Yeah.
and now I watched all morning. I've kind of been listening to your music, watching you on YouTube all morning, and people that come and see you, they're not just going to get music. You're kind of you're a character, kind of.
I guess so. You know, I never know what's going to come out of my mouth till it does, and sometimes it gets me in trouble. But
not here, though. No.
not here, I hope. But yeah, you know, and it's two guitars, bass, and drums, but you've got a front man who's not afraid to talk.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, there's some shtick. I've been doing it so long that I'll probably fall back on intermittently here and there, but it's usually pretty spontaneous, you know.
And we've got the crazy, the hair, the hat that you do the flip.
Yeah.
I kind of was hoping we were going to get that today.
Well, there's a reason I wear the hat, folks. There's nothing cool under it, but basically that's what she's talking about, you know.
That's what
you won't catch Dwight Yoakam doing that, by golly. His hat's going to stay on.
That's what I wanted, because out of all of today, that's what I wanted to see. So you're obviously doing a huge Webb Fan Fest here. So you're coming to you're bringing it to Bowling Green. Why Bowling Green? Why are you? We obviously love BG, but
well, I think humbly and modestly, you just said it, but Bowling Green seems to love me, so that's a good place to do it, you know. Dance with those who brung you, as they say. But no, we've been doing Webb Fest this will be the 7th one, and we did it in it started off through a guy I'm starting to call the founder of the feast, Mr. Jim Chandler, wanted to hire us for a party, and he sort of let us co-opt it into an annual event, Webb Fest, and he works his butt off every year, as do we, to get this special thing with special merchandise and songs that we might not normally play, and encourage, you know, people to bring their families. We did it at the Capitol Arts Theater, I think 3 years in a row.
yes, and I hear you sold out.
Well, we did real well,
yeah.
and that was not an option this year. We're doing it at the Warehouse at Mount Victor, where the people are big music fans, and I know they've had some great singer-songwriters there, like James McMurtry and Ray Wiley Hubbard and others. So, and there will be food and beverages and all this. So, and the weather should be real crisp and fall, you know, which I love. So, hopefully, other people do too. And what we're going to do is one of the albums that people like that sadly went out of print some years ago is the 1991 Doodad album, which was on a major label, got a lot of airplay, probably still does on D93, so we're going to perform it from beginning to end.
Okay.
As sort of this year's special wave of the Webb wand, so to speak.
Okay, and so we want everyone to, and doors are going to open at what time?
I'm not sure about doors. The actual show is at 8, and I'm sure the doors will be open by 7, and I think for the people who bought special tickets through Jim Chandler, they can get in maybe at 6 to hobnob with each other and see some of the films that he's going to show. It's very casual, familial atmosphere.
And so people can come out and just get tickets there at the door?
They can get tickets at the door too, yeah.
That is perfect. All right, you guys get out, go and see. This is October 6th, so it's going to be tomorrow. Come out and see Webb. Thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
All right, you guys, we'll be right back.